Welcome back to another episode of Live from the Chateau. It is officially gray sweatpants season. Get your out.
Good.
Get them out.
What a way to start. What a way to start.
Get them out.
Why are you picking on me?
I'm not picking on you.
But you are right. It is great.
It is gray sweatpants
It is
season.
gray sweatpants
Brayden,
season.
It's gray sweatpants season. It's my time to shine. It's big boy season. Everybody loves it because all these bitches are cold.
Because they want you to be like cozy.
They want me to. They want me to.
They just want
They're
you.
like.
It's my little teddy bear.
They're like, what do you?
It's my
They're
little
like,
teddy bear.
They're like, what are you doing? What are you doing right now? And I'm like, yeah. And you know what else? I can cook. I am prime for winter, is what I am.
You are.
I am prime winter man.
I'll give you that. I think there's only a couple people that beat you.
Tell me them. Tell me them.
It's a lumberjack wearing a flannel.
Fuck.
That's your nemesis.
But here's the thing. I could do that right now. I could just go put it on.
You could, but the guy that's got 96-inch biceps. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
Like that kind of lumberjack. That's the
But
only person that beats you.
But here's the thing.
But there is some that prefer the teddy bear.
Right. I'm the teddy bear.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
the teddy bear bitch.
Yeah. I'm just the guy that has a child at 23.
You've already got it figured out. You have the girl. You got the girl. You got the baby. It's a cute baby.
Yeah, it's a cute ass baby.
It's a cute ass baby. You've literally done the part that everyone's scared
true.
of.
That's true.
You did the thing that everyone's scared of, and nobody will admit this. All your friends right now, everybody listen, all your friends that are pregnant, all your friends that are going to have a baby, all your friends that are going to do all this bull crap, they're so scared that baby's going to come out ugly. You have no idea.
That's true.
And you already did the hard part. She came out,
She's
and
beautiful.
she was like, "Ma," and y'all were all like, "Oh," and everybody else was like, "That's a cute-ass baby."
That was some good sound effects right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, I
that was
mean,
good.
you did the hard part
You're right. I
already.
should give myself some credit.
You should give yourself some credit.
Yeah.
Very well done. Good job on the
Thank
baby.
Thank you.
Good job on the kid. Does it matter at all, like, if the parents are attractive? Like, does that even? Is that
What
even
you
a
mean by
thing?
that?
Because, like, okay.
No, that is a good question.
Have you ever seen?
That is a good question.
Have you ever seen Zendaya's parents?
Okay, well, here's the thing. I think Zendaya's ugly.
Okay, I know that
She looks like a frog.
No, she
Her
doesn't.
face
She's
is
very
like
pretty.
so like.
She's very pretty. She has very delicate, beautiful features. You have such weird taste in women. It's unbelievable.
I'm sorry.
But like Google, look up on your phone. Look up Zendaya's parents.
Let's see here. Let's see what we got.
It's rough.
Are they both black?
No, her mom is white. Her dad's black, I believe.
Her mom's white?
I think so.
She looks like she has a little bit of like maybe like some Oriental in her.
Some Oriental. Like as in Middle Eastern?
Like almost like Persian or something.
Persian. As in African?
Let's see. Claire Storm.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean.
Oh.
Yeah. It's look.
Oh. Jacob.
I'm getting over being sick, guys.
Jacob.
So sorry, I'm going to cough a lot.
Jacob.
I've seen the pictures.
Jacob.
I've seen all of them.
Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob, this isn't real.
No, those are her parents. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
What is that?
I am not one to shame somebody for looks because I know that I'm not Ryan Gosling, but I can look at a human objectively and be like, you are attractive or unattractive.
You know what's weird? This just makes me think that she's even uglier.
You're so stupid.
I'm sorry. She does not look attractive to me.
You're the biggest piece of shit ever.
Oh, that's so weird. What were you saying? Sorry.
It just is weird to me that, like, I don't know. There's people that, I don't know. But, I mean, you did. You had a cute baby. Good job. I don't know what she's going to look like when she grows up. She might get ugly.
She might. But,
She
hey,
could get
man, at
ugly.
some point she will, she might make a Twitter account.
She might make a Twitter account. she might make a Twitter account. And when she makes that Twitter account, how much is going to be deducted monthly from your debit card?
That's a good question.
How much is it going to be?
Segue into our next topic. We want to talk about Elon Musk and his takeover of Twitter.
Also, I know we talk about Elon Musk a lot, but unfortunately,
He's in the news.
Always in the news.
Which, I mean, he's the richest dude
The
in the
guy's
world.
always in the news. Not only is he always in the news, he's always posting something or doing something.
He's always doing something.
He's always doing some wild stuff. He's a wild guy. He's a funky dude.
He's a goofy
He's a
guy.
He's a big goofball. He's a
Yeah.
real goofy kid.
So here's the thing.
He's autistic, no?
Probably.
I
I don't know. Dude's weird. I also think it's weird how people have spun him to be like wildly Republican and like wildly. I don't want to get political at all, but it's just weird that people like spin him to be like conservative and like pair him with like Trump and stuff. It's weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, he invented the electric vehicle and he wants to.
Yeah,
He wants to convert
literally-
everybody to solar power.
He literally did and continues to do some of the most hippie shit in the world.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
people look at him and they're like, "You fucking right-wing piece." of-"
Yeah,
And I'm like,
I don't understand that.
It's
and
like when,
I'm very
I mean-
middle ground when it comes to everything political, and I just
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
understand. I don't understand that view.
well, it's that, and it's also that. I mean, they did the same thing with Baldy. Baldy
Yeah, I have no idea.
Rogan, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, dude,
He,
dude
like,
is liberal.
Dude, he even
he's
said,
he's
"Look,
pretty liberal.
we are very like in the middle on a lot of
yeah,
things.
he
a
is.
lot of
He's pretty liberal.
yeah, a lot of right stuff. I'm like, ooh, a lot of left stuff. I'm like, whoa. But I would say most of the time I am left leaning on a lot of like political issues that
Yeah.
as they come up. But even Rogan says some stuff sometimes that I'm like, huh? Like that was a little like hippie, like free market economy, like that.
Yeah,
That was a
like
little,
little
yeah.
far
That
left.
was a little far.
Yeah,
And it's just funny that because he looks how he looks and that he does what he's done for so long,
yeah,
people see him and they're like, because I mean, let's be honest, he looks like a Republican.
yeah. He does.
I
and
mean,
the big thing is the guns.
yeah,
that he likes
yeah,
guns.
the guns, the tattoos, the fighting, the UFC,
Yeah.
the martial arts. It's funny. It's like if you're not a bitch, somebody's like, you fucking Republican. I'm like,
yeah.
that's not necessarily.
That's not what that means.
Yeah, that's not
And
what that
what's so
means.
funny is he is the biggest supporter of Bernie.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Dude. He's
he
the
would make
biggest-
love to Bernie.
Yeah, he's a hardcore like hippie.
yeah, yeah.
He just also will kill you. Like he like. But that's the other thing. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Like I mean, he says some
But-
stuff sometimes it's kind of wild. But
Yeah.
like. I
But no,
mean,
like back to Elon, I don't understand. The dude literally wants, and this is the other thing. When everybody talks about like, oh, well, Elon's done this, Elon's done that. I don't want to talk about anything other than the fact that he has proposed a way to convert us to only solar, and we're not doing anything.
I don't think he proposed it. I think he was like, "Hey, I could do this right now."
Yeah, and that's what's weird is nobody's like. Nobody wants to entertain the idea of converting us to solar.
Yeah,
And like,
I don't know where that comes from. I think we've talked about this before, like privately, and I think I've just decided that there's too much money
in oil.
in oil and in all this shit up above that we don't even realize.
Yeah.
Like
And that shows you, dude. The richest dude in the world can't convert a country to solar because there's so many politics involved.
yeah, well, there's so much money in politics. If there was no money in politics, we would probably be much more well off.
Yeah.
But that's never going to happen.
That and oil. I just think that there's so many.
Yeah,
like,
we love oil, man.
Yeah.
We love oil.
Yeah.
Like
I just don't get it.
big time.
I wonder. I wonder if he's gonna die off before we even like kind of get past that love for just I don't know politics and oil.
I'm going to be honest. I think that he will do all he can to help us here. And then as soon as he realizes, like, oh, this is kind of going to shit, or nobody's listening to me at this point, like everybody
You think
thinks I'm insane.
He's gonna bounce.
I think he's going to bounce and he's going to go to Mars immediately. which is an insanely. That's such a rich sentence to say.
Yeah.
Is like oh, he's just gonna go to Mars.
He's just
but
gonna-
he
he's gonna pop.
is like he
Yeah.
he.
I feel like that's what he's planning on. He's trying
Yeah,
to do.
he's gonna try and do as much as he can here, but as soon as that ship that he loads up the homeless population of Los Angeles into and does test flights with it, and when they come back and they're going to be splattered on the walls, he'll be like, well, so I think we need to recalibrate the engines in Bay 4, and they're going to be like, yeah, Elon, we think that's a really good idea, and he's going to go, okay, and then he's going to be like, I'm going to go over to Twitter real quick, and they're like, okay, but as soon as he's able to just be like, hey, I'm out of here, I'm going to Mars,
Yeah.
I think he'll just dip.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Which, I mean,
I don't blame him. I mean, he can do it.
Well,
And that's the other thing is, like,
guy.
I don't really, like, there's some people I saw on TikTok, like, talking about debating Elon Musk. Like, the dude, you probably know him. Is it Hank Green, the science guy?
Yeah, yeah.
He, like, debated Elon Musk, and I'm like, I love Hank Green. But it's just, like, I don't. Again, I think my, Marley, my fiance, brought this up to me, brought that debate up to me, and I was just like, again, I don't want to talk about anything until we talk about the fact that he has literally tried to solve, like, give free electricity to the entire nation of America.
I mean,
And we're
dude,
just
he-
like,
he-
oh, that's a cool idea.
I mean, dude, he
Back
created.
to drilling for oil in the middle of the Pacific.
Yeah, he created an electric car that's like the same price as a nice Honda.
Yeah.
Like,
And we're just like, oh, that's neat. You're racist.
yeah, like everybody's like, fuck you. He's like,
What?
okay. Like, I really
Yeah.
feel like you just can't win,
No.
like at all. Like,
But
you
he
just,
did, okay, with the Twitter thing, he did make a kind of a mistake. I think the whole new Twitter thing he did with
Also, I just want to shout out, neither of us are like advocating for Elon Musk as like the greatest guy in the world.
I just don't understand
I'm
the hate.
sure that he's got somebody buried in his walls right now.
Yeah, he's
that
got
he's
some dirt.
beat the shit out of or something.
Yeah.
I
Something.
guarantee
Yeah,
there's
everybody.
something about him
Yeah.
that's fucked.
Yeah,
But this is just from immediately what you look at and see.
yeah. And I think my thing is just I don't get the hate. The dudes made electric cars, and there's like climate activists somehow protesting against him. I don't know. I just don't get. I don't get that. I do understand kind of the backlash about this new decision he had at Twitter, where he took over Twitter. Him like cleaning house and like firing a bunch of employees.
How much did he buy Twitter for?
Oh, like a shit ton. I don't
Like
remember.
44 bill. Wasn't it something weird like
crazy.
that?
It's something wild.
How do you put a price on Twitter? Like when somebody's like, "Hey, I want to buy this."
Actually, I would bet that it's pretty easy. Like I bet you like just run a bunch of numbers, like just run like how much traffic's run through there, how much money it's making. I bet there's a good, easy way to do that. But what he recently did, he like went and like cleaned house at Twitter and like fired a bunch of people. I don't think that's bad. I think there's a lot of places that probably need to be cleaned house, and there's probably people that are just sitting there doing nothing that have just gotten used to sitting there. So I don't think that's
dude.
bad.
At my job, we have this person called a culture coordinator. I have yet to find out what this person does.
Yeah, I don't. People kind of shamed him for that. I think that's probably just what happens when a new manager comes in the door. He's like, "What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Like, did you have some kind of deal with the previous person? Get the fuck out of here." I think that's, to me, that's fine. That just happens with any new change of management. But the other thing that he did was he upped the price, or no, like provided a new price
He
for
set a price.
verification.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's implemented yet, but what it does is that blue check mark that you see on like Instagram and Facebook and Twitter is a verification check mark that's only given to like, I don't really know even how you get it. It's just like given to like elite people that are like social status celebrities. And he changed it to a monthly thing that's $8 a month.
Yeah.
The bad thing about that is anybody can pay $8 a month
Yeah.
and get the blue check. So what's scary is you could open an account and say, I'm Khloe Kardashian, and just put the picture of Khloe Kardashian in your profile picture and pay $8 a month to get a blue check.
Because that blue check does carry a lot of weight.
Yeah,
like
it does.
Like if you're looking up somebody on Instagram or Twitter or something like that, like
Mhm.
I've found celebrities that I was looking for by just scrolling and being like, well, you don't have a blue check. You don't have a blue check. There you are. And then you click on it and you're like, you're the one.
Because some say like Dwayne The Rock Johnson official, Dwayne The Rock Johnson page, Dwayne The Rock Johnson whatever.
Yeah, it's The Rock.
Yeah. And they'll have like a good amount of followers because it's like a fan page or something. And they'll pose as The Rock, and then you're like, oh, well, that's not him because it doesn't have the check.
My only thing is, why did he do that? Like, what's the point of that, I guess?
I don't know. He wanted to charge more. And then he dropped it down to 8. I don't really understand. People are just saying that he bought it and realized like that it wasn't a good idea, and people are like leaving Twitter. Like a lot of their ad sponsors are leaving Twitter, so he thinks he's trying to like recoup some money by charging a $8 a month fee. I think it's gonna. I think he's gonna. This is gonna all kind of backfire. Again, since people have painted him as this right-wing person, I think people are just gonna like leave and not use Twitter.
Leave Twitter.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna start using Be Real.
What is that?
Have you not seen Be Real?
No.
It's actually kind of an interesting concept. I'm not gonna lie to you. Essentially, what it is, it's a social media app, and for like on the hour, every hour, it gives you a notification, and it's like, hey, snap your Be Real photo. And you have one chance. You don't get to retake the picture. You take a picture of what's in front of you, and it uses both your cameras at the same time. So it takes a picture of you and what you're doing at that moment, right? And it posts it. You have no say-so if it posts it or not. You just have to take the picture and do
what?
it. And then it just posts it. You're being real.
So you have to take one every a certain amount of time?
Yeah, it's I mean, you can miss one if you want to, but like it'll send you a notification and it's like, hey, it's time to be real.
Whoa, that's cool.
It's cool. My only question is, what if I'm beating cheeks? Like,
oh,
what if
it's just like the first pose, the first picture's just like, it's just like,
yeah, like what it like. Is it like the view of like me on top, like which is
oh,
it's just like a gorilla looking down at.
You put the photo on her ass.
Yeah, dude. Also, could you imagine how much drama is going to come from Be Real? It's going to be like imagine this, like you just broke up with your girl or something like that. And then, like, the Be Real time comes, and you post, like, a picture, but it's just, like, of you laying in bed, but there's, like, another set of feet over on the side.
Oh.
And, like, the flipped camera of you, like, all you can see is, like, the girl's head, like, the very top of her head laying on your chest. And it's like,
who's that?
Who's that? And then your girl's like, yo, you already got who is that bitch? And then you're like, whoa, hey.
I'm just being real.
I'm just being real. That's real.
That's pretty fire.
That's a real Drake line.
I don't know. I think that there's been a couple flops recently. I think that Twitter might, again, like I'm not being one of those people that's like, oh, it's gone, because there's a lot of things that just like I'm surprised Facebook is still around.
Dude.
How is that a thing? I understand that there's some grandmas keeping it open.
Yeah.
But I don't go on Facebook.
I'll tell you who's keeping it open right now. My aunt.
That's what I'm saying.
And
like people over the age of 50.
Yeah, my aunt, and then also me when I need something that I don't want to pay full price for on Marketplace.
Oh, Facebook Marketplace, yeah.
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace is lit.
That is
fuck.
true. That is true. I forget that's like in the app, so I guess you're technically using it. But
yeah, I don't even have like a real Facebook account.
No, I don't.
I have a fake name on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's just for
yeah,
Marketplace.
you do. Yeah.
You seem upset.
Yeah. You know why? Let's story time.
Story time.
Story time.
Story. Da, da,
So Jake.
da, 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 da.
Story time. So Jake one time was an asshole, and
Not one time.
I many times.
Many
this
times.
particular time, I was telling Jake, not Drake. I was telling Jake, I was like, hey, listen, so there's this gimbal on Facebook Marketplace I can't wait to get, and he goes, oh really? A gimbal, you say? And he searches our location and searches for a gimbal. He contacts the same person and offers them more than the price that it's listed for. So then the other guy texts me.
You had talked him down.
Yes,
right?
I had talked him down, and he had offered like $30 more than I had offered. So the guy texted me and said, "Hey man, I got a better offer," and I was like, "Hey, this is gonna sound crazy, but I know who just offered you more, and he's fucking with you, okay?"
And then Braden messages him and goes, "Hey man, look, my buddy Jake is like insane. Like he's offering you more money for this. He's not even gonna buy it. Like he's not even gonna buy it, man. Like he's just fucking with you." And the guy didn't say anything to you, right?
Yeah,
Or he did?
Yeah,
No,
he didn't.
he didn't, because my name on Facebook is not Jake. So Braden just looked insane. You looked like a paranoid schizophrenic.
Yeah, I did. I did.
Because you're like, "Hey man, I know my buddy Jake is offering you more right now," and that guy's like,
And then
Jake.
to end it all, this guy never texts me back. Jake doesn't buy it, so both of us neither buy the gimbal, and it was a good price, a good deal that I missed out on because of this asshole.
It was a good gimbal, and then I flew out for Colorado the next day.
Good Lord. Yeah, it was. Those were fun times. What were we talking about? Elon Musk?
Yeah, Twitter, something like that.
Facebook. We're talking about how Facebook's just shit. I don't know. I don't really understand.
It's literally, I mean, it's just like sharing recipes and like
Yeah.
kind of racist comments from our parents.
It's like, in a weird way, they have set themselves up to be like the fallback, like the basic,
yeah.
like just the basic.
Like when society reaches its downfall, Facebook will be one of the last things to go.
Yeah, for sure. And the other thing is, that's the other thing I was gonna say was there's two downfalls recently. Is the Twitter thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then Facebook's Meta. Do you the metaverse?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know this. Do you know how much money they put into it and how much they have claimed to lose?
Oh God, I don't even want to know.
Dude, this is scary.
They've
Dude,
put in easy hundreds of millions, right? Billions,
Jake, it's bad.
like trillions.
Jake, they've lost 700 billion into a virtual reality.
Who gets fired?
See, this is what I heard someone talking about. What are you losing money on?
Yeah,
Because this is what someone also said. All it is a virtual reality server.
yeah,
Like where you just walk around, and that's your thing. They don't even have legs on their avatars in metaverse. Like that's how stupid their game is. Other games have virtual reality servers where you can walk around and talk to each other.
Well, I'm saying, how did they lose 700 billion? Minecraft is $30. Like, I don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where did you?
Let me just make sure that it's. Let me just make sure how much it is. How much they lose.
If it's anything over $75, you're an idiot. Like if it's anything over $100, you'll have a bad business plan.
Yeah, I'm seeing like 800 billion. Yeah, it's around 870.
Is that
billion.
like the price that it took to get it up and running? Like, is that did it have crazy good graphics?
No, none of that. So some people think that the people that were the designers and the studios were just fucking with them. Like, oh yeah, dude, we need to, in order to add legs, we need at least 5 billion. Like they think they're just like fucking with them. Because I'm not kidding. Because what they were saying is like, dude, give like 10 grand to like a good studio that's already done these other virtual reality stuff.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. I didn't know how big the virtual reality like sphere is. There is other games that do what Metaverse does. There's nothing that Metaverse offers. All it is you put on your headset and you're able to walk around and talk to people in real time. That's all the Metaverse is. There's nothing special about it.
Wait, it's The Sims?
No, so like it's a think of it like almost trying to duplicate real life. Like you're in a COD lobby, but you just walk around and see other people's avatars. And you're just like, "Hey, what's up?"
So it's like Ready Player One, but shitty.
Yes. And you could just walk up to somebody and be like, "Hey, man, what's up?" And they even demonstrated like you could do business here. Like you could be like, "Oh, well, hey, what's up?" And you could see like they're verified this person. They're like, "Oh, let's discuss this," and that way you could do like sit down at a desk and like have meetings. Like if you're all in like different countries, you could be like, "Oh, we're having a meeting in the metaverse." Like, "Oh, okay, here's the presentation." You could give like presentations in the metaverse. The thing is other games already do that.
I thought that's what we had Zoom for.
Exactly. It's just I don't understand where they were going. I don't understand how they spent that much money. That to me is just the biggest waste. Just 700 billion. Do you imagine how much you could do with that money?
I know what I'd do with it.
What would you do with it, Jake?
What would I do with 700 billion?
Yeah.
This is a fun game.
Dun, dun, dun. Special segment. What would Jake do with 700 billion?
So, okay. Have you ever heard of Scotland?
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
Right. I've heard you talking about the country, right?
I'd probably go over there and I'd be like, listen, I know that you've got I know that you've got a really nice place over here, and I know that you all wear kilts. I'm a huge fan of that. I'm a huge fan of you guys wearing kilts. I also know that you guys drink a lot of beer. You got a lot of you've got these things called the Highland Games, the Scottish Highland Games, and I'm a big fan of that. But listen to me now, okay? Talk to your people. I'll talk to my people. I've got $700 billion. I really like to own this country. I really like to own it.
So that's what you would do? You'd buy Scotland?
So I'd buy Scotland. I'd build in the dead center of Scotland on a big green grassy knoll. Big green grassy knoll, right? I'd get granite stones, big granite stones, big ones. Build a castle, big castle.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Big castle.
All right.
Big one.
All right.
And then I'd call other countries, and I'd be like, "Hey, I heard you're a bitch." How about you come fight me, you stupid bitch?
You start like petty wars with other countries. Also, you would like pick on countries that are like really small countries that don't even matter.
Like the shittiest, like they don't even.
Hold on, let me see what like a small.
What's country. The smallest? What country has the worst army ever? What's that one?
Nauru. It's 8 square miles.
Hey, hello. Is this the?
Or Vatican City? It's 109 acres.
That's weird.
Monaco, 500 acres.
These are countries?
Yeah, I don't know how that's a country in Europe. Monaco.
All right, so I call Monaco. I'd be like, "Hello, is this the ambassador for Monaco?" And I don't even know what a Monacan person would sound like. They're like,
I don't know.
Hello. I'd be like, Monaco, I heard that your country was 17 square miles.
You bitch.
I'm not gonna lie, mate. I'd put my nuts on your country. Fuck around and start a war with me, you stupid bitch. And then I would just lay waste to small countries. And then eventually, like, one of the bigger countries would, like, call me, and they'd be like, hey, you gotta stop. Like, you need to chill. You need to stop. And then, but I would wait.
Putting the Scottish flag everywhere.
I would put the Scottish flag everywhere, and then wait till, like, King George is, like, at my doorstep. And I'd be like, and I would just be like, listen here, you stupid cunt. I did what I did and I said what I said and I'm not upset about it. I'm not upset about it at all.
Sir, you murdered 30,000
You
30,000 people.
you created mass genocide. and I would be like,
You ever heard of Alexander the Great?
I'd be like, in my defense, I offered them sanctuary. I offered it to them.
Have you heard of Genghis Khan?
Have you heard? I told them that they could work underground in the mine shafts. I said that they could, and they said no. What are you gonna do? And then he'd be like, all right, well, we have to fight now. And I'd be like, all right, fine.
Pull them up, mate.
Put them up, mate. Put them up, mate. He'd be like, let me choose my champion. And I'd be like, all right, fine. And now here's the thing. Scotland, I had 700 billion. Scotland was only $1.1 million. So I had left over a good bit of money. With the rest of the money, I bought Conor McGregor. It wasn't cheap, but I'm proud of it. And then I'm like, bring out the champion. And he's like, hey, you stupid Irish. And then Conor McGregor beats the shit out of King George.
Well, that was an interesting segment. What would Jake do with 700 million?
What would you do with 700 million?
Billion, not million.
The 700 billion. I'd probably invest like 45% of it. And then I would take the other part, and I would probably, like, keep it out. And I don't know, man. I feel like I would just really try and, like, master day trading. Like, I mean, I feel like that's, like, really the big secret. Like, as soon as you, like, master something like that, then you're going to, like, create wealth that, like, spans several generations. And, all right, the podcast is over. So what were you going to say?
I'd probably buy multiple homes.
Yeah.
I'd probably buy a good central home for my little daughter, and then I'd probably buy a good mountain home and a good beach house. After that, man, that's all Daddy needs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all I need is a good mountain house, a good beach home. Probably get a good couple nice
isn't
cars.
It weird that we can't even really fathom what to do with $700 billion is?
I'd probably, you know what's so weird is I would use it for daily. Like I would just not work anymore, just live off of it. I wouldn't try to make it any bigger. I wouldn't try to do anything with it. I think I would literally just.
What would you even?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like what? I don't even know what I would do. Like legitimately, Braden, 700
billion. Also, that's the thing. Really think about it for a second. Where does that go in a virtual reality game?
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
What does that mean?
Okay, when you look at me and you're like, hey, we spent. Also, that doesn't mean that's what they spent. That's what they lost. That's what they
What does that mean?
When you tell me, if you looked at me right now and said, yo, they just made a virtual reality simulator, it was $700 billion. If you said that sentence to me, I'm not kidding. It better be like Ready Player One. Like, I better put on a goggle, put on a chest pad that lets me feel pressured impact, and I better go and wipe and like do like this or something cool, and I better enter a virtual world where I can do, be, drive, fight, anything.
Yeah.
If you tell me that it was 700 bill, I better be able to do that.
I'm not kidding, Jake.
And I've seen the pictures of Meta.
No, like after this podcast, we probably should have done it before, but after this podcast, go look. People don't know where the money went.
It literally, what I saw is it looks like when you were in Minecraft and you go up really high and then you drop down through the clouds and the world starts rendering underneath you. That's what it looked like to me.
No, yeah.
And I was like,
that's the other thing is somebody was talking about how it's just Roblox because Roblox has a virtual reality thing now.
Yeah.
People are like, it's not even as good as Roblox because somebody joked. It's not even good as Roblox because Roblox people have feet. They don't have feet. When you walk around, they don't even have legs.
So what did you lose? 700.
Who convinced you? Who convinced you that this was this much?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
What does that even mean? Because I see virtual reality clips. I don't know what simulator it is. You probably have seen it. Have you seen the one where like the guy like he has like the gun? He's like in a Spider-Man costume.
Oh yeah, he'll like throw the gun.
Throw the
and
gun.
then
He's
web.
like,
yeah.
Dude.
If that was 700 bill,
dude, that was like nothing. That's like a free game on virtual reality thing.
And what Meta looks like is worse than that.
Oh, dude, it's not even comparable. And also, they teased. This is the most stupidest thing.
Isn't this the thing where like Snoop Dogg was buying plots of land?
No, that's different. That's
okay,
different.
that was
That's different.
Sandbox, wasn't it?
That was Sandbox.
Yeah.
That's like a cryptocurrency. That's like that's a whole nother.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that is. That's a whole nother segment. But no, metaverse. They teased the addition of legs. What does that even mean? They teased it and they showed it like on screen at one of their like conferences, and it wasn't even actual game footage. It was just something they like animated. They don't even have the feature of legs. What does that even mean?
I just don't even understand what these people are spending their money on. I also don't understand when we like are talking to these people, like when Mark Zuckerberg sits down to do something. Does nobody like sit down with him and be like,
That's
"Hey
not
man,
a good idea, man.
Hey man, are we sure about that?" When Zucky is sitting there in his laptop and he's all zucked in,
Yeah.
and he's zuckering it up,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh fuck," and somebody's like, "What's up, man?" And he's like, "They want 180 billion," and he's like, "Oh my god, for what?" And they're like, "To animate the digits of your hand." How did nobody go, hey Zuck,
that doesn't seem like a good deal.
doesn't that seem like a lot, brother?
Dude,
Hey Zuck, I'm no.
in order to have multiple eye colors on your avatar, they want $2 billion.
They want $2 billion for blue Zuck. Like, do you think that he's just so detached that he was like,
he just doesn't know
that he's like sitting there and he's like.
In order to talk to people like in game and for like the distance, like what is it called, proximity voice chat?
Yeah,
They're like, dude, that's such a wild feature, proximity voice chat. They want 70 mil. God, I'm gonna have to make that decision. I think I'm gonna do it.
yeah.
They have that in PUBG.
I legitimately feel like he's just sitting there being like, somebody calls him and they're like, "Listen, Tracy, our lead animator, her dog died. So we had to bring in 9 more guys to replace her. It's going to be probably another 3 years before we can get this done." And Zuck's like, "Fuck, are you kidding me, man?" And he's like,
what would make it better?
And he's like, or, listen to me, Zuck, or you could send us a check right now for $30 billion. And I genuinely feel like Zuck goes, I feel like he's a big this guy. I feel like Zuck does this way too much, all right? Just
I'm with you. I'm with you. He's posturing. He crossed his legs. He just sits there.
that
Size.
action right there. I feel like Zuck does
just
that
a
a
good,
lot.
Just a good crossing your legs.
Yeah,
And just letting
just
out a big.
just a cross and then just push through the teeth.
Just a good ponder.
Yeah, and I feel like he goes 30, and they go 30 billion, and he goes, would 45 get it done faster? And they're like, probably. I legitimately, if you tell me that you lost $700 billion on something,
There has to be moments like that.
I just assume that somewhere in there,
Somebody convinced you to drop a good 40.
You fucked up. You messed up something, bro. I don't know what you did, but
And
you did it.
also, we're not talking million.
No.
Billion.
Billion. A billion.
Just anybody that's listening to this, if you don't really understand what we're talking about, just go look up an average virtual reality game. Like, just go look up one.
Yeah.
And then look up metaverse. There's no difference.
No.
There's no difference. The only thing that metaverse even tries to offer is like, oh, well, this person's like verified. They have their phone number and email. It's like they have that in the other games.
Yeah.
It's like they just don't advertise it because they're a game.
Yeah.
You're trying to be some weird like alternate reality, and you're not even good at it.
All right. Let's pull out of the metaverse.
Let's
now.
just. I'm out of this shit.
Let's pull out of the metaverse.
Yeah.
And let's get into right now.
Right now.
Let's get into this moment, and you know what I want to say. You know what I want to talk about.
Let's hear it.
My man.
My dog.
Cups of the rose. Bitches in my old phone. I should call one and go home. I've been in this club too long. The woman that I would try is happy with a good guy. But I've been drinking so much that I'ma call it anyway and say, fuck that!
Anyways.
I wish we had a black guy in the studio
Yes,
that
I
we could
wish
just
we
hand
just-
a mic to and be like,
Please.
can you do the
Can you do the thing?
can you do the thing real quick?
Please. So he dropped a new album
Yeah.
with 21 Savage.
Yeah.
21.
Maybe the most entertaining person I've ever I've seen so many interviews of him I'm not kidding, Brandon. The amount of times an interviewer asks him a question and he legitimately responds with I mean, 21. The amount of times that he has asked
Especially
real
Yeah.
question, and his response is 21. Like, what?
Dude, I think it was a great album. I liked it. A lot of the slow songs I actually liked. A lot of people were like, "Oh, I couldn't." Like my favorite song. Now I wouldn't say my favorite song. One of the songs I love, like driving at night to right now, is "Hours in Silence." It's like a 6-minute long song and it's like slow. I love that song.
Dude, Circo Loco is
Circle Loco is dope.
Th-
Whoever's
those-
idea to sample
Yeah.
Daft Punk.
yeah,
God.
that was really good. I also love that Circo Loco,
I think it's Broke Boys.
Broke Boys, and then Pussy in Millions is
Yeah.
it just boink doink doink,
Yeah.
just back to
Well,
back
for
right
me,
there.
for me, the back to back for me.
I don't even like rap music, and I thought this album was like,
Yeah. To me, the back to back for me was Back Outside Boys, then Privileged Rappers, Spin About You, and then Hours in Silence.
oh, Spin About You is good.
Spin About You is really good.
Spin About You is really good.
I just like Back Outside Boys because it reminded me of just classic Drake. I don't know. I like the album. There was some weird parts. So a lot of people. Here's the thing. A lot of people just take a lot of things out of context and don't really know the backstory to anything. So he just randomly called out Serena Williams.
Oh yeah, he called her husband a bitch.
Yeah, like called him a groupie. I don't know. Let me look it up real quick.
I
Stall for me.
will say, Serena Williams and her husband don't look like what you're thinking. I don't know if y'all know what Serena Williams looks like, but like she literally looks like an African goddess. Like not like oh, she's so like toned and thin. No, like this bit, like she looks like a statue of a goddess. Like she's just built like a. I mean, she's Serena Williams. She's like a freak athlete. She's great.
Yeah.
What I picture her being with is another man. Actually, I don't picture her being with another black guy. I picture her being with like a big Greek guy. Like a
Yeah.
big tan Greek guy.
Yeah.
Almost like Jason Momoa looking, maybe a Polynesian.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not. This isn't like a judgmental like
No,
stereotyping
no.
who she would be with. I'm just saying like her, regardless of race, she is just like a. She's like a brick
she's like
wall.
a titan.
She's a titan. Like
Yeah.
she's like a god.
I would just imagine in my mind that she would seek
Like-
out,
like
another titan.
Someone that is the frame and the essence of The Rock. I know it's a weird, just besides his personality, just who The Rock is.
Yeah.
Like
And I'm not even going off of like, oh, muscular, like big,
No.
bulky. Like I'm not even saying
just
that.
how she took charge of her industry and like her,
Yeah. Like I would just imagine that. Instead, her husband looks like an accountant.
This is gonna make it worse. This is gonna make it worse. This is gonna make it so
What's
much-
his name? Is it Todd?
Oh God, it's Alexis.
His name is Alexis? All right.
I mean, is that right? Is that
Alexis? Alexis?
Maybe.
No, it's Alexis.
he's the co-founder and executive chairman of Reddit.
Okay, actually,
What?
he's my.
How did they meet?
He's my new hero.
How
Also,
did
what's
they
his name?
meet?
Let me see it again.
Alexis Ohanian.
Ohanian. Alexis Ohanian. Alexis Ohanian. That sounds Scottish or Irish.
I don't understand this.
Can I tell you a secret about Alexis Ohanian? Can I tell you right now?
Yeah.
Braden. A lot of people don't know this about that guy. His penis is 14 inches long. I'm just throwing that out there.
So what Drake said about him is he literally just said your husband's a groupie. I think that's literally all he said. He was just basically saying that he's like kind of just a bitch.
I don't even know if he's a bitch. I think he's just kind of like a dork.
Well, the other thing is other people don't know it's not random. Drake at one point dated and had a thing with Serena Williams. I don't know if you
I
knew
didn't know that.
Yeah, he had a thing with Serena Williams at some point. Dude, Drake has been with like everybody.
Yeah, that is true.
Did you know at one point there was rumors that Drake was with Kris Jenner?
I've heard that.
That's wild.
I have heard that.
That's weird.
I think he's just making the rounds.
Yeah, for real. So, and then the other thing that he said that people are kind of mad about, which again, nobody knows the context. Drake took shots at Megan Thee Stallion for and said that she's faking. She said something like the girl act like she's shot, but she's still a stallion, and everybody knows it's about her. He's saying that like she's acting like she got shot, and she didn't really get shot.
Well, she got shot, but like it was like I saw like the pictures from it, like back when this happened.
It's
literally like if it went in here. This is how bad. I'm gonna try and not speak about this in like the perfect medical term. She was shot so lightly that they couldn't even categorize like entrance and exit wound because it was just like
a graze.
It just went straight through.
Yeah.
That's not even a GSW.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't even count.
Yeah, and the other thing is like it's weird that there's like a debate. Like she's going to court over it.
Also, I just want to say this in between, and this is just my personal opinion. This is just how I feel. Okay. But of the female rappers, like the three that immediately pop into my head are Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, and Nicki Minaj. Bro, Nicki's my bitch. I love Nicki.
Nicki's the queen.
Nicki, Nicki would beat the brakes off either one of them any day of the week.
I'm so sorry.
I fully believe that in my heart of
now
hearts.
Cardi has recently like put out some good stuff. I think that's great. Nicki has
She's funny. Cardi B is too funny to me.
And she's also very authentic. I don't know if you've seen like some of her Instagram posts. She'll just like randomly like go off on like how to make guacamole, and she'll make like the greatest looking guacamole. And she's like no makeup on, and she's just like in like sweatpants.
My favorite interview of her ever is that somebody is asking her a question about Offset, and she thinks that they're asking about his dick, and she just goes, it's a heavy dick. And she's like, she goes like this, and she goes, it's like a heavy dick. Dude, it's like one of the Vogue ones where they have like the camera following her through her house, and they're like, no, they're like.
They're like, that's not the
They're
question.
like, that wasn't the question,
Stop.
Cardi.
This is a one take. Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
No,
pretty-
but I'm
yeah.
taking Nicki. I'm sorry. That's just who I grew up with too. Listening to Drake, Nicki,
Yeah.
and Lil Wayne. That was like
Yeah.
that was the
Lil Wayne,
trifecta.
dude, Lil Wayne and Nicki have some great songs together.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like,
they
really
were
good.
called like they were the trio forever. Lil Wayne,
Yeah.
Drake, and because Lil Wayne found both of them. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that he found. I knew he found Drake. I didn't know he found.
Yeah,
Nicki.
he found Nicki too.
Oh shit!
And
I
he
didn't
like
know
signed
that.
both of them. Yeah.
Have
he,
you
like,
ever seen the clips of Lil Wayne when they read him back his own lyrics?
yeah, and he doesn't.
And he
know
doesn't
it.
remember that he wrote it. And it is some of the great. It's about he's like, better wear a latex because you don't want to get that late text. I think I'm late text.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there and he
He's
goes,
like,
oh! He goes, who wrote that? And they're like, you wrote that. He goes, I wrote that. He goes, damn, I'm good. Like he like sits back and he's like, I don't even be remembering half the shit I write.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, that's such a good, like, that's
yeah,
so good.
That's such a weird flex.
Yeah, exactly. He just goes, who wrote that? And then the one of him spilling his lean in the interview, he like kicks it with
I
his
didn't see
foot.
this.
It's an old interview. He's like on like the Regis and Kelly show in the morning, or it's like very old. And he's sitting in a chair and he like leans back, and his foot kicks his cup, and it like spills out, and he jumps up in this way where like his arms are above him like this, and he jumps up and he goes, oh my goodness. And he like,
that was the perfect voice.
he like picks it up and he's like, I'm so sorry. But the first thing he does is, oh my goodness. he like flops his arms over his head, and she's like, oh no, that's okay. We can get you more. And he's like, nah, you can't. Okay. I mean, there's so much.
Not some of this.
Yeah, man, there's so much promethazine in that cup. It's this much Sprite, one Jolly Rancher, and all cough syrup.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, what were we even talking about?
I don't know. We're talking about Drake. The album was great. He was talking shit to Megan Thee Stallion. Nicki Minaj would beat Megan Thee Stallion.
There's some TikToker. It's the guy that we actually like. We need to shout him out because he's dope. I know nobody cares. Nobody watches this podcast. But what's his name? His name's like Troy something. I think you've seen him.
Probably. I'm so bad about like.
His name's like Troy something, and he's like he's very consistent. And he's a cool like TikToker. He was talking about he says you just be listening to the Drake album and you're just like, yeah. And it's like he's like he's like, I hope the Megan Thee Stallion gets shot again. I hope the Megan Thee Stallion gets shot in the bed. I hope the Megan Thee Stallion gets shot. He says it like 3 times because it is kind of weird. It's like, yeah, you're like calling her out for getting like fake getting shot, but it's like, why?
He's so pissed about it. He was just bored as fuck.
Yeah,
I will say, what was that Drake lyric like the last time he came out with an album that everybody thought was like they thought it was about Millie Bobby Brown, and it was like very, very weird. And he was like, the lyric was like something about golf, and he was like, the way I'm teed up off the 17, like, or teed up off the 18. And then in the same song, he says a date, and it's Millie Bobby Brown's birthday.
What?
Do you not remember that?
Hold on, I'm looking at Drake lyrics. Hold up.
But also, like, I love 21 Savage in this. I was talking about this with Braden, but like 21 Savage in this album, we were talking about how he has this way of like saying the simplest things ever. Like lyrics that aren't even I'm not a rapper at all, so I don't really know how like all their shit works. But like there's people like Eminem that'll be like just the most crazy, ridiculous. The one that I used was when he rhymes something. He goes like something sec with it with a barometric pressure switch.
Yeah,
and like he rhymes like the most insane shit, and you're like, what the fuck? But you're still like, that was pretty good, Em. And like you're like, fuck yeah. And then 21 Savage will be like, Ferrari came out with a truck, 21, and you're like, oh fuck. You're like, let's go. You're like for some odd reason, you're just like, this is the shit, bro.
Yeah, he said, the is her birthday. February 19 is the day of the glow up. Now listen.
All right, I got two in my.
Yeah, think I'm Tiger Woods the way I'm teed up off the 17.
All right, I got two in my fashion.
Wait, is this the same song that he says these things?
Yeah, that's
no,
what
it's not.
Oh,
it's
okay.
not. It's the same album though. Oh, man.
Okay, I have two Drewski clips for this right here.
What?
One, what do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
And then the other one is, you caught me.
You got me. Oh, goodness.
I mean, those are just very, like.
What else could I'm teed up off the 17?
I don't know. Maybe it was just.
Is that like
17.
something that we just don't understand?
Maybe it was something that maybe like 17
like,
rhymed better than 15 or 16 or 18.
But I'm just saying, like, is that like alcohol? Is that like a type of drug? Is that something that we just don't? Is that rich people shit we don't know about?
I don't know. I've done a good bit of drugs. I've never heard anybody refer to teed up off the 7. The way that it sounds is just.
What's the line before? It shows. Hold on. It shows the line before. No, it's the thing I'm Tiger Woods the way I'm teed up off 17. I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah.
But also, you know what's also weird? Why do the people think it's about Millie Bobby Brown?
Well, okay, so apparently Drake loves Stranger Things. Apparently Drake loves Stranger Things.
Yeah, and he like texted her.
And he like texted her, but also like
couldn't that
Millie
be
Bobby
anybody?
No. Millie Bobby Brown showed the DM.
Yeah.
And it was literally just Drake being like, "Yo, I just wanted to give you a quick shout out. Y'all show is fucking awesome." And he sent it to everyone. He sent it to Gayton. He sent it to Noah. He sent it to like everyone.
I feel like people just try to make out.
Yeah, they did.
I feel like it's
I
that
feel like
same.
that's what it was.
I feel like it's the same thing. We talked about this before. There's an author that gets a lot of hate. I just feel like when you make it to a certain level, people just find ways. To make you out to be weird.
The only difference, the only thing I would just, dude, if I was in that world,
weird.
I would just not talk to anyone.
Yeah,
like,
just
I would
make it very clear.
I would. Have you ever seen those pictures of when Keanu Reeves meets fans?
Where
he
goes
like this.
Yeah.
Like he opens his whole palm.
Yeah.
I would be like that.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I would be like, y'all are
give
not.
no
I'm
doubt.
not fucking.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Like this is not even happening. Because I mean, as with Drake, you like. It also, he probably wasn't even paying attention or thinking like, oh, these are kids. He was just like, yo, this show is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And then he was probably like, I could DM him. He was like, I'm
Yeah.
Drake. He was like, I mean,
Yeah.
he probably thought he was doing them a favor
Yeah.
by being like, oh, yo, Drake watched our show.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, probably like us, my little brothers and sisters.
Yeah, like these
that.
are like my little homies. Like
Yeah.
these are my. And then he was
But
like,
who knows? Maybe he is a weirdo.
maybe he is. You never know.
You never know.
Could be. But well, all right, that was pretty good.
That was a pretty interesting, wild podcast.
That was a pretty wild podcast.
What do you think we should name this one?
Oh my goodness. See you next week, guys.
Goodness. See ya.